Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and informations on Path of Exile. And the first news we got this week is the part 5 for the developer question and answers, which GGG again went to all of the questions up to page 52, which is quite a lot to be honest, and yeah, answered a lot of random questions. Of course, as usual, not gonna go through all of those, but some of those are actually pretty interesting, so if you care about the game or if you got some time to read all of these out, I definitely recommend it. I'll put the link in the description below as well. However, up to the most interesting news now. We got teasers for 3 new monsters. You can see the first GIF is a kind of tank crab, something like that. It's pretty damn weird, and it's definitely going to be in the caves in Act 1 and possibly Act 6 and somewhere else as well. Might be probably recolored somewhere else, I don't know, maybe. Anyway, second GIF is the cage skeletons, very reminding of Dark Souls, Demon Souls and those kind of games. Definitely a good addition. Many will say it's straight up copied, but I still like it. It fits really well with Path of Exile's theme, and hopefully it's not as annoying as the summoners, but we'll have to see about that. And the third monster looks really damn cool. It's kind of a corrupted sort of pirate, looks like it's been taken straight out from Pirates of the Caribbean or something like that, and definitely looks really good. So I hope these monsters are actually going to be very effective, because most of the times they're just fodder for your abilities, but this time some of those might actually be pretty nice, so we'll have to see about that. Always nice to see some new stuff and some differentiation, making the game feel a bit more alive, a bit more various in their kind of things. And another news we got, very good one, is improvements to the Cyclone skill. So usually when your character just spun and hit a target, it will stop immediately, but now they have an auto pathing, so as you can see, he's spinning against the wall, he's not stopping, he's going around obstacles, and it's kind of a predetermined path. I don't know how much you can control it, so definitely it will happen that you cannot control it well enough and you spin like right into some monsters or some barriers, that kind of stuff. It always happens, but still I think it's much better than how it used to be, so that is definitely something really interesting. And the last news we got this week is the changes to the damage over time. So this is one of the new development manifesto that GGG put out, and the 3 big double dipping damage over time problems were ignite, chaos damage or poison damage, and bleed. So these 3 scaled along with the first hit. So what happened is you had, for example, let's take ignite. You increased your fire damage, so your first hit would be increased by the fire damage, so you will deal more damage, and then the ignite will both be increased by the fire damage itself and the initial hit, which was already scaled by the damage. So basically scaling one type of damage will increase the overall damage by a lot, and that created a lot of problems for the health. Well, one for the health of the game, because there were builds that were much stronger than others, but at the same time it stopped GGG from being able to develop new skills and new things, because everything had to be measured with these double dipping mechanics. It's something cool, double dip, it had to be balanced on that. So they are removing these things by basically dividing the initial hit and the subsequent damage over time. This means you can still scale both the hit and the damage over time with the same stat. For example, fire damage will scale the initial hit and will scale the damage of the ignite. However, the initial hit will not influence how strong the ignite will be. So you will not have double dip as in how it is right now, and this is definitely going to be really good. And also, since poison, bleed and ignite had to be balanced around this double dipping thing, all three of these things will have now higher damage, like skills that apply bleed, skills that apply poison, skills that apply ignite will be increased in damage. Also, there will be better passives all around the skill tree and possibly in ascendancies, so that's definitely going to be a thing. Also, for bleed only, the damage for standing targets, for stationary targets, will be increased from 20% to 50% of the damage, so that it will be actually a bit more reliable. It's not going to work for yourself, so if a monster hits you, you can still stand still and mitigate like 4/5 of the damage. However, when you deal damage to an enemy, it's going to be more effective. So definitely a bunch of interesting news these weeks, and these are going to be straight up put into the beta when it starts, so be sure to check those out, because the help that players are going to give to GGG in regards of numbers and how much these new skills are now balanced is definitely going to make the new leagues healthier and possibly more balanced than usual. So definitely really good news again, and yeah, hopefully the beta will start soon. Other than that, that's all for this week. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So that was all. I've been your host Giorgio, and I'll see you guys the next time.